Well, praise the Lord, I'm back. Getting on to this topic, and sometimes, you expect me to. I feel like an Uncle Tom, um, because uh, I love, as a Christian, I love everybody. And, I just see, I see some things worth really fighting for. And then really, 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 you know, getting out weapons and fighting for. For example, if uh, we were to allow the terrorists to come into this country um, and try to take this country from within, which right now Donald Trump, the number one most hated man in the world right now, is trying to make sure that that doesn't happen. He wants to make sure that the East doesn't come into this country, as there are already many of them here, and there are terrorist cells within this country. He's trying to make sure that they don't come in here and destroy us within, because that is their history. That is how they've taken over the East. And a lot of the nations that are they are neighbors within the East. They're all Muslim. They're all Muslim countries. Um, and it's all they're doing throughout history. It's not a matter of picking on Muslims or hating on Muslims or hating on Arabs or being racial or being a bigot. It's a fact. Okay? Starting from the Bible on up to this time and generation. It's a fact. But people hate Donald Trump. And again, like I said, coming up, my mom didn't feel like she had to sit me down and say, oh, you better watch for these white people because they can be, they hate us. They're racist and they're. I learned on my own how white people are. And when I learned on my own, I didn't stop and go into, this area of isolation, so to speak, of me and black people. We're over here, and this is the rest of the world. And that's the way I see black people today. Like, it doesn't matter what Arabs are going through. It doesn't matter what Asians are going through. It doesn't matter what uh, uh, Spanish people are going through. It's all about black people. And whenever I'm around black people, it's like it's all about black people. It's never about minorities. It's always about black people. You know, as much as I love my people, you know what I mean, and as much as uh, I want to be at that place where you know there's so much unity with everybody, but I choose to evolve. I really do, and what I mean by that is I don't see anything black and white today. I mean, um, I think the difference between yesterday's racism, that is, and today's racism. Oh, don't no doubt, there's racism still today. I'm not saying there isn't. There is. I go through it every day. Well, I should say every week. Okay, something's going down where someone's treating me a certain way, and they're looking at this, whether they be white or black or some other race. They're looking at this instead of looking at this. Okay, or instead of looking at this. what I'm wearing and how I'm dressed, or what I'm driving, or whatever. They're looking at this color of my skin and not looking at who I am. And white people and black people to this day are responsible for doing that, not only to each other, but to within their own races. Okay, black people look at other black people, and especially when black people get up there and they get money, they start looking at their own people like, I know you ain't gonna come in here and apply for that job, sweetheart. Why ain't I? How'd you get in? Are you working here? Okay. All right. Why? If you're working here and you're black, why can't I work here? Oh, you want to be the only black person working here? I got you. I got you. You think you rose somewhere? You went somewhere? Okay, because you the only black person in history. Well, I'm just about to crack that because I'm gonna come in right behind you. Okay, you know what I'm saying. And I see these things. And it's both black people and white people. We do it to our own races and culture, so to speak, and we do it to each other. And but I think the difference between yesterday and today, to get to it, is yesterday we were racist because we didn't know each other. Black folks were afraid of white people because they didn't know anything but slavery, and they didn't know white people to be anything but slave masters, so to speak. And they didn't know white people to be nothing but a bunch of white people that hate black people. Okay? All right? And back in the day, there was more of us than any other race. There wasn't very many Arabs. There wasn't very many Asians. It was just us and white folks. Okay? That's changed. Hello? That's changed now. I'm not trying to get out of it. I'm not trying to say we don't have racial problems to do, because we still do. But that right there has changed. White people are not worried about black people anymore. They're worried about being over multiculturalized by everybody that's not white, not just black people. They're more worried about the Arabs than they are worried about black people. Okay? White people don't see you as a threat, black people. White people don't see you as a problem like they used to. They're more concerned about these Muslims coming in here from the east and trying to take out our country from within. The same thing I'm worried about. Which Donald Trump, again, the most hated man in the world right now, is trying to make sure that doesn't happen, but everybody wants to hate on the man. Hey. I voted for him. Don't hate me. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. Don't look me. Don't hunt me down and hit me with a brick. Don't hit me with a meat cleaver. Don't try to wrap me up in some taco tape and send me off to the basement of Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to make some, Casantros or some burritos or Elanacos or don't get all racist on me and try to hit me. Don't hate on me, people, please. Oh man. Oh, praise the Lord. But don't hate on me, okay? I didn't vote for Trump because I don't like black people. Okay? I voted for Trump because I don't want what's coming on to this country and what Hillary was getting ready to do and what, the Democrats are trying to do. I don't want it to happen. That's it. It ain't got nothing to do with racism. Okay, I don't know why you want to hit me with something. It ain't got nothing to do with racism. That's for sure. I'm black. All right, let's get off of that. Anyway, the point is, I think the difference is, like I said, yesterday we were racist because we didn't know each other. Today we're racist because we think we know each other. Let me say that again. Yesterday we were racist because we didn't know each other. Today we're racist because we think we know each other. My question to you, white people, how much do you know about black people other than the boys you see on the street swagging their pants? Is that the foundation? How much do you know about black people? Okay, other than welfare and all these children and you know, all the black people, the population of black people in prison, and you know, government benefits and discount stores and you name it. Is that the foundation, or is that the situation that is that the situation of black low income communities, or is that the foundation? Same thing with white people, black folks. How much do you know about white people other than profiling on certain job institutions? The cops that have killed blacks, they got away with it, and it was definitely, truly proven a act of racism. You know, how much do you know about white people? What's the foundation? I don't mean with this black person over here got away with versus this black person over here got away with, or this white person over here got away with versus this white person over here. What's the foundation? What is the foundation, people, of all these things? Yesterday we were racist because we didn't know. Today we're racist because we think we know. And I'm telling you, most black folks that I know, quick story. There's a dude that when I was first getting into security, and I became real friends within, like, you know, for like over 6 months. I became friends with the guys that I was protecting as a security guard. And we had this one security officer that I had to train. He was going to take one of the other shifts. One of the guys was walking out, so this guy came in to take over his shift, and I had to train him for a couple days. And the first thing he said when he walked in was, "Hey man, what do you think about these whiteys?" And I called him by name. "You mean Ed? Marty? You mean Bruce? You mean Tom? What what white person you talking about, and why they got to be whiteys?" Okay, he walked in on a job that I'm used to being there. These are now people that I laugh and joke with every day. He comes in, and first thing comes out of his mouth is, "What do you think about these whiteys?" Another story was a friend of mine wanted me to pick up a white friend of his. A white friend of mine wanted me to pick up a white friend of his and give him a ride across town because he just got out of rehab. I guess he was a druggie. He got out of rehab, and he wanted to help him get back on his feet. And you know, because we're Christians, that's what we do. We help people get back up on their feet or whatever. And so we picked the guy up, and you know, um, he gets in the back of my car. You know, we pick him up. He gets in the back seat, and he looks at me and he sees I'm black, and he says, "Oh, oh, this the guy you was telling me about. You didn't tell me. Well, you didn't tell me. Oh, okay. Um, you know." And then he's like, the whole trip for like the next 20 minutes, he's like saying stuff like, "Hey man, what's that you smoking?" I don't smoke. And if I did smoke, I wouldn't smoke in my own car. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I was puffing my inhaler, you know, albuterol, right here, okay? Right here, albuterol, okay? And because I have asthma. And, you know, I'm puffing on my inhaler because I hadn't had my dose that day. You know, and he's like, what you smoking? You know, and he's just saying stuff like I'm supposed to be some kind of hard criminal or something. Oh, because you found your white behind in a drug rehab, that automatically makes me as a black man, okay, worse than you. Okay, and he just like, you know, my friend that was sitting in shotgun, he said, drop him off. This is the last thing I'm ever going to do for him. We didn't even take him. We didn't even finish the trip. He was so ignorant. We dropped him off. He said, oh, man, you ain't going to wait for me. He says, no, man. Me and my friend, we got to go, man. We got other things to do today. We can't spend all day with you, man. He said, all right. My friend was he was more offended than I was. Okay. I guess black folks don't I guess you don't have white friends like that. I don't know. I've had a few in my time. But he was more offended than I was. He said, drop him off. We're not going to put up with it no more. And none of us were better than the other person. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Now, I smoked some marijuana back when I was a kid. I never did the hard stuff like heroin or cocaine or whatever. This dude was a heroin addict. Okay? My friend was an alcoholic, a former alcoholic. He used to be an alcoholic. Okay? You know, and he did a little bit of cocaine maybe once in his life, but he never became, you know, put in a situation this guy was in, okay? But yet, you know, this guy wanted to sit there and act like, oh, you know. So let me get this straight. A guy who I'm dropping off in the low income white part of town, okay, who been in jail, just got out of a rehab center for doing drugs. He wants to come and point his finger at a black man who's giving him a ride because he can't get a bus everywhere he needs to go today. And the black guy happens to be a licensed driver. Okay. Who's friends with another Christian friend of his. But he wants to get in there and act, you know, show all that rhetoric. You know. Shows you how stupid people can be. But like I said, I deal with racism every week. If things like that, you think everything is cool. I'm hanging out with a white friend of mine. We're having a great time. Then all of a sudden, he's got a relative or an ex-girlfriend or somebody that comes by, you know. I've been through it on a job. I go out to a restaurant with some friends on the job, and then some friends that know them come. And it's like, you know, they don't want to shake my hand. You know, oh, here's my friend D-Roy. You know, we work together. Oh, yeah. Okay. Put my hand out there, they got to look at it first and make sure there ain't roaches coming out of it or something. You know what I'm saying? You know, black folks don't know I go through this stuff. I'm not an Uncle Tom. I go through this stuff. Okay? But you don't know, as I said in my testimony, you don't know unless you spent time, ample time with people. And I don't judge things that I've never been in. Okay? I don't judge things that I've never done, that I've never been through. If I haven't been through it already, I don't judge. I don't say what it is or what it isn't. Okay? The situation of my people today, where have we come, black folks? I mean, where are we? I mean, who are we? See, me, I'm okay with accepting the fact that, and I think anybody that's friends with me or knows me knows, let's get real, dude. You don't speak African. If you were to go to Africa right now, you'd feel totally out of place. And I would. I would. I would. I had a friend just recently tell me, when you going to Africa? I says, probably never. He says, why? Them your people? I says, okay. There's a lot of black people there's 50 states in the United States. Am I going to go visit all 50? Okay. They all speak English. Okay. They eat differently than we do and over there. But we eat the same food and talk the same talk and have the same culture. Okay, I got more in common with the people in this room, black and whites, that is, than I got with people over there in Africa. So what do you mean they're my people? What, these black people that are here ain't my people? Okay? Now I gotta admit, sometimes black people go to Africa and black folks don't understand this. Some black folks will go to Africa and they go back and forth, okay? Because they feel that the Africans that are born and raised in Africa are better than black people over here in the United States. So when you hear people talking about Africa, 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 obviously after the show you won't see them anymore. Because they love Africa because they ain't all that crazy about your black behind. And that's just the facts. Okay? Don't nobody go to Africa that many times and talk about it constantly all the time. Okay? Then there's another woman, Dr. Gray, who loves to talk about Africa and stuff like that. And the last speech I heard of hers, I was thinking, woman, why didn't you stay over there when you went over there? I ain't trying to be rude and ignorant, but you come over here from Africa holding a meeting in Black America. Two totally different worlds, sweetheart. Two totally different worlds. You want to talk about what white people are doing to Africans, go over there to Africa and talk about it. Okay? But whatever they're going through in Africa, they're not going through over here in the United States. Whatever they're going through over here in the United States, they ain't going through over there in Africa. And you want to act like black people aren't a divided people. Oh, trust me, this election shows that we're a divided people. Okay? Because anybody that says they hate Trump at this moment, I'm running for my life. Okay? Because you don't have a reason to hate Trump. Trump just being another white man. You say, well, he's a racist. Show me where. So was Jimmy Carter. So was Bill Clinton. So frickin' what? You said they were all racist. Oh, but what's the difference? What's the difference this time? That's another video. I'm not even going to go into that. I already said a lot about that. I think I'm done. I might throw a little bit more in if I keep hearing some more nonsense about it. I'm tired of hearing about it. Okay? But what is the situation of blacks today? Is it really racism that's keeping black people from going to college? Is it really racism that's keeping black people from getting jobs? Are white people really, really, really... And yes, I know there's still some profiling going on today. But are white people, like what they call white supremacy or white privilege, is that what's really keeping black people from getting jobs? Is that what's really keeping white people from living in the suburbs and getting out of the ghetto? Keeping black people from getting out of the suburbs, getting into the suburbs and getting out of the ghetto? Ugh. Is that what keeping black people from making money and getting off of welfare? And if white people get themselves together and start acting more kinder to black people, will that slow down black teenage pregnancy? Will that slow down black women having all these babies out of wedlock? Will that slow down the number of black kids uh, that have nothing better to do after school than get on social media and get in fights with one another and get in fights in school? And, you know, help me out here. Is it really? I mean, where do the white people come in there? I don't get that. Let me know. Is racism legal? When did anybody say racism wasn't legal? I could be racist if I want to. I could be racist to a white person. I could be racist to my own people. Okay, Donald Trump can be racist if he wants to. Okay, and you know, what law is there that says you cannot be racist? People assume that racism is all about what you do to people, but it's really not. It's what you feel and how you respond. So, is racism legal? I think it is. You know, and I noticed that a lot of white people are very nice white people. My problem with them is they think that they have to be nice to me. They act like they're under some kind of law that says they have to be nice to me. You don't have to be nice to me. You know what I'm saying? All I'm gonna do is just stay away from you. That's all. You know, I ain't gonna call NAACP because you know, you don't like me. What law is what I'm saying that is there that somebody has to like you? I got plenty of white people that like me, but there's plenty of white people that don't like me too. Not to mention the two guys that used to call me the N-word just less than 2 years ago when I was getting off the bus off at work every Saturday night. And I counted it. It's the same two white people that were going back and forth doing that. Again, there we go again, like maybe 1 or 2% of any population. Okay? And they never got out of the car. And I tell you what, in that town, they wasn't. Okay? So, that town is covered with cops like you wouldn't believe. And it ain't black folks that's getting arrested in that town because don't too many black folks live there. Okay? But I might do another part of this, I don't know. But if you're gonna leave a comment, please let me know what you think. I choose to evolve. I don't believe that I think I've been better off since I have evolved. And I've evolved a long time ago. I mean, I think back in high school was when I evolved. And I didn't evolve because I had a lot of white friends because I didn't have that many white friends in high school. I didn't have that many black friends either. I had about equal share of both. Maybe like 2 white friends and 2 black friends. I was treated like an outcast, like like a nerd. I mean, I didn't have too many friends at all in high school. So, if you're going to comment, please comment. Let me know what you think. Don't get angry with me. I love my race. I love the color of my skin. I have no shame about being black. But I just think that we as black people need to evolve. I have evolved. Okay? Maybe I'll do a number 3. Just to clear that up a little bit more for you. Okay, God bless you. I will talk to you soon.